Hey, what's up everybody? How is it going? Welcome back guys for vlog number 2. I'm doing this almost not quite back to back, but it is pretty close to back to back. I kind of wanted to talk about, well, let's talk about you guys first. Like I said in the last episode, I said if you guys have any questions for me, I definitely encourage you guys to drop the questions in the comment section below. To stay true to my word, I will go through the comment section and let's actually just do that kind of early right now, and we'll kind of get started with the topic for today. So, just me personally, I have had a really rough last couple days. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I just want to let you guys know it's been bad. If you guys are part of the streaming community, you guys have definitely seen how that's affected me, because I've just not been myself, and it's just kind of evident there. It's not the kind of show I want to put forward to you guys. It's not the kind of content I want to create as a creator, and I do try and focus mainly on positivity, because like I said, being positive is not easy work sometimes, but it is something I want to focus on, and I don't want to focus on the negative because that's going to be there. So if we focus on it, it's just going to make it worse. Anyways, that's how I'm doing here. I want to okay, so we're going to bring up the internet screen. I'm going to go into the corner here really quick. This is just my YouTube page for the vlog page. I didn't pull the questions out separately. I didn't pull them out, for whatever reason. Now, High Voice Royce is a guy who's commented on a lot of our stuff. So I did want to answer his question. He said, only 2 questions though. What's your nationality? Where did you get your name? So I did mention, I think I mentioned last video, but if I haven't clarified it, I'm definitely Canadian. I was born and raised here in Canada. And actually I'm born and raised, just like a little bit more information, I'm born and raised in the city I live in. I was born here, I've lived here, I was raised here. I've only lived outside of my city for like 3 months, and I think I lived across the country for about 3 months, and then I came back. This is my home, and it likely always will be. I really have a special, I like my city a lot. And how did I get my name? So a lot of you guys have asked me throughout the years. It's been a common question. I mean, how does a guy who's a super white Canadian guy get a name like Oshikorosu? Where does it come from? So let's do the long story. We're doing vlog, right? So then we'll look in for another comment here. Oh, I like Celeste's comment here, so we're gonna catch her next. So super long story. Back in the day, I used to role play on the internet. So I spent a lot of time in Yahoo chat when I was about 14, 15 years old, 13, 14, 15. And I role played in chat, and I met this one group of people. If you guys haven't seen this book here, hold on. This is my Vampire the Masquerade 2nd edition book. It's a very old book. Now you can see the pages are yellow with age, but it's a book on vampires, and it's a role-playing game similar to like Dungeons and Dragons. Follows like a similar rule set, and you build character sheets and stuff. So anyways, I did a lot of role-playing with this one group, and the world, just like D&D, there's a whole world, not just Vampire the Masquerade. There's also a bunch of different branches. And he wanted to do the Kindred of the East, the Kindreds of the East, and he says, yo man, I want to make characters from Japan, so pick up a Japanese name. So being an angsty teenager, I was very angsty as a youth, and I just went to the internet and I looked up the word kill, and I translated it. Kill translates into Kurosu, and Oshi, when I did it, it gave me a bunch of different verbs. So Oshikorosu, Bukorosu, stuff like that. So Oshikorosu means crushed to death. And I was like, dude, that sounds badass. That's wicked. So I went with Oshikorosu, and then of course he's a character, so he needed a last name. And I've always liked the name Akuma. Akuma means demon. So I mean, like, that kind of worked really well. But I didn't want to be so cliche, especially in chat back then. I mean, how many Sephiroth usernames were in chat lines? I mean, there's more Sephiroth usernames, I think, than there weren't. So I changed it. I just changed the last letter on a whim. I was like, Akuma, okay, Akumu. It's really close. Sounds just as badass. I translated it, and Akumu means nightmare. So Oshikorosu Akumu was born, and that's how I got my username. I've used this username ever since I was about 14, 15 years old, so I've had it for about 16 years old. And I've had it for about 16 years. And that's where I got my name, and that's a little bit about my heritage. Thanks, High Voice Royce. Celeste the Best asks, #1 question, when will you eat tacos? A long-running joke is I've never eaten a taco before. I've never eaten a real taco. I've been at Taco Bell and had like a gordita or something, you know. But yeah, no, never a taco. I don't know when. Maybe when I go to Latin America on a vacation or something like that, we can get a legit taco. It would be a good idea. Okay, let's read through a couple more here. What made you want to start your YouTube channel by Katie Johnson? This is a story I've also talked about a lot. And I think we'll cut the questions there. We'll just like, you know, a couple questions. Katie Johnson. So I started my YouTube channel a long time ago, about 3.5, 4 years ago. And I started it with the idea that my son, who was about 4 or 5 years old at the time, liked to watch YouTube, and he used to like to watch this one content creator. And he played Super Mario 3D World at the time. It was a really popular series. Guy, get like millions of hits on his videos. And I remember watching him play, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, dude, this guy's not even that good at this game, but he's, you know, he's doing it as a profession, and he's making a living off of it, and he's loving it. So I was like, if he can do it, anybody can do it. And thus the YouTube channel was born. The dream was born. I got into it and I quickly understood, okay, so it's not just sitting in a chair playing games, but I love it. I've loved it, and I will continue to love it until I can't do it anymore. If that ever happens, man, I hope it never does, but we will continue to drive forward. So we are here today. So yeah, the last few days have been really hellish. Just personal situation stuff going on. If you guys didn't know, I mean, I don't want to talk a lot about it, but I'm going through a divorce, and the divorce process is really shitty. Just because, like, you know, like possibly having to sell a house, or just dealing with lawyers in general is super stressful, I find. I'm not built for stress. I'm like a chill, let it go kind of guy, but this situation, you can't just chill and let it go. It can't be one of those situations you address like that. So I also got a new sound system, so I feel like I should be paying more attention to my microphone positioning in case I'm talking kind of quiet for whatever reason. I know I can change that in post a little bit, but I'd rather not have to work on it in post and just upload for you guys. So yeah, that's the personal situation. Otherwise, I'm still playing that game, The Conjuring House, and dude, I love that game so much. I get stuck a little bit here and there, but mostly the game is super amazing. I'm looking forward to playing more horror games. I got about 3 or 4 lined up that look really good. We're going to be playing Visage. Call of Cthulhu comes out really soon. And what's the other one? I have Works of Mercy under the belt. So that's going to be fun. That's cool, but that's the YouTube stuff. I think in the next video we do, I'm going to talk a little bit more about YouTube. I know these are vlogs, and I just want to talk personally, but if you guys know me, my whole life right now, everything about me is work. Because I work so much and I grind so hard at this, everything is just all about work. And most of my personal situations are about work. Oh, another good question I actually seen here earlier. I read through it. Let me find it here. One quick question. What's underneath your hat? Nothing. That's why I wear it. Oh, man. I'd like to ask a question for a future vlog. How do you and your family celebrate holidays? Just together. We don't go anywhere usually. Sometimes if we can afford it, we do some stuff. Like I took my son to the zoo for his birthday. Mostly just chill at home when I get my kids. How's the weed in Canada? Dylan, I don't smoke. Sorry, man. I've always wondered, is your tongue pierced? It looks like it is, but then again, it could be wrong. Yep, tongue is definitely pierced. I had my tongue pierced when I was 16. I still have the original barbell in. Blaine Odell, what is your opinion about the Shane Dawson series with Jake Paul? I think it's ridiculous. And I think, unpopular opinion, I think Shane Dawson is a ridiculous content creator. Because I feel like everything of the man's is fake, it's overreacted, it's scripted to hell and back, and I think it's just fake as shit. That's my opinion. That's my real honest opinion. Not to say he's a bad guy or anything. I mean, he's just doing business and he's making money and he's doing what he's got to do, right? And it works for him. But yeah. Who asked me? Jeez. Somebody asked me, they said, hey, Oshi, when you're not Oh, okay. Ras actually asked me, I do have a question or subject I'd like to hear more about. Now that you're a full-time content creator, what do you do to wind down when you have some time to do so? So I mentioned recently in my previous video, a special somebody kind of encouraged me into these vlogs. So any downtime I do have, I spend either talking with them on the phone or just staying in contact with them, playing video games. We started playing Final Fantasy 14 together, or watching movies. You know, that's it. It's just good stuff. So that's what I do in my free time, or sleep, or sleep. So yeah, I think next vlog, we're going to talk a little bit more about actual business. We're going to talk like more about business, I guess, because we're still talking about it now, but we're going to talk about, I want to kind of have some kind of focal point when I go into them, but I would like to talk about my transition from YouTube into Twitch, my experience as a content creator on YouTube, my experience as a content creator on Twitch, and the big differences I found, because there's also a couple other things that go with that as being a social influencer. Part of what I consider my job is to coach other content creators who come to me and seek attention or seek questions. I like to influence people, and I like to say, hey, these are the right decisions. These will help you out. And I want to speak both to the good and bad of that, because I have seen people follow my lead without, you know, asking for an opinion on it. And obviously nobody ever has to ask your opinion when you follow somebody else's guide. But you become this unofficial spokesperson, and I've seen people do very detrimental things to their business, to their YouTube channel, to their dream of wanting to be a full-time creator, by doing things I have done without consulting. So I think we'll talk a little bit more about that next time. It's not really a business lesson. It's just some stuff, just me venting and talking, because I have thoughts about it and I have really nowhere to express these thoughts except for in a vlog. Guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Peace.